Hi, one forum is brings you the best. Please kindly subscribe to this channel. Your comment and all likes will be highly appreciated. Today we are taking a look at something that is insecurity in Africa. Yes, I know you agree with me. If you move from the north to the south, from the west to the east, insecurity is now rampant in Africa. You can argue that yes, it has always been like that. But these days it seems we are hearing a lot from the west, from the east, from the south, from the north. You can talk about the insurgency, you can talk about Boko Haram in Nigeria. You can talk about those the ISIS groups at the northern part or southern part of Burkina Faso. You can talk about Mali. You can talk about Niger. You can talk about all over Africa. Yes, that is the seriousness of insecurity in the whole of Africa. Even the southern part of Africa, yes, we have the chanters in the bush fighting. You can talk about Congo. Yes, you can talk about DR Congo. You can talk about section or portion of Uganda, in the bush there, yes, a lot is happening in Africa. How can we achieve this for peace to reign in Africa? Some may argue that it's not possible. Why? Because so long as there are conflicting interests when it comes to governance and leadership, definitely there will be insecurity. Now, taking a look at what is happening when it comes to the insurgency, yes, we call them terrorists, but they seem to call themselves fighting for their survival and their freedom. Is there not any way that these two parties can come together? Those of us who call them terrorists, why can't we negotiate with them and disarm them and bring them to book? Those that are supposed to be brought to book, we bring them to book and bring peace. That's the only way. Recently, we are hearing that apart from Boko Haram, there are new insurgency or groups that are growing up in Nigeria. It's so sad. We have great soldiers in Nigeria. We have strong military in Nigeria. We have other groups, security groups in Nigeria. They are working and working so hard. We see them all over the place. We are not in the country, but we see them all over the place protecting civilians. The big guys, we see them protecting civilians. The big guys in Nigeria, all over the place, yes. Just an individual can have over 30 police officers or security services protecting such a person. If the person is a billionaire and he or she can afford, that is what is happening. But how can government in Africa come together and decide that no, it's not only about the rich that can easily be kidnapped, but even the poor and the vulnerable needed to be protected. That is the only way that holistically we can kill this issue that we are calling insecurity. If you go to Mali, yes, Mali, very nice country, though a desert, they are doing everything possible to flush out this insurgent group, but they are not successful. If you go to Niger, the same. If you go to Burkina Faso, the same. If you come down to the east, that's the Eastern Africa, yes, a lot is happening there. Yes, General Museveni and General Paul Kagame, they are doing so well, fighting to maintain peace and order in their country. But unfortunately, there are still people in the bush. Why? Because we have small arms all over Africa. You can talk about places like Sudan, that is the hot iron now. Yes, a lot is happening there. Yes, Southern Sudan and the Northern Sudan. Yes, a lot is happening there. How can insecurity be killed or destroyed in Africa? That is what we have to look up to. Why? Because if care is not taken, one day we'll be over engulfed with this and will not be able to survive it. That is why the big guys, I'm talking about the international community, as well as the regional blocs, yes. We can talk about the SADC, you can talk about West Africa, that's ECOWAS, you can talk about the East Africa group, you can talk about the northern part of Africa. They need to put their shoulders to the wheel. Yes, we know very well that they are facing all manner of problems, but they have issues themselves. The individual countries have issues themselves. That is why most of the regional bodies cannot work so well. But if they are able to put their forces together, they can be able to fight. Look at how beautifully they are trying for democracy. Yes, they are trying so hard so that every country in Africa will practice a bit of democracy. Though there is none that is absolutely practicing the democracy. Some are trying so well and doing so well when it comes to voting and the transfer of power. They are doing so well in that. Yes. I don't want to mention any country, but there are more countries in Africa that are doing so well by incumbent handing over to the opposition and things like that. Yes, we salute Africa for that. But when it comes to insecurity, what are they doing about it? Yes, we know that we have regional forces that once in a while go to fight these guys. But are they doing more? No, there is a need for all of us to work so hard so that insecurity will be out of the continent of Africa. That's the only way that things can move on well for us. Some may argue that yes, there are some big wigs that are benefiting from the insecurity or the destabilization of some countries in Africa. Yes, granted. But one day, all those people will come to the realization that all these things need to be avoided for peace to reign. And even if peace reigns, they will be able to achieve more for themselves or gain more than even the insecurity or the destabilization of countries in Africa. Please, your comments are very welcome because it's very important for us to be able to bring peace to Africa. For more about discussions and analysis like this, kindly subscribe to this channel. One Forum is for the best when it comes to politics of Africa and historical antecedent. For the best when it comes to security and politics and crime, we'll be right here to bring you the best. Your comments and your likes will be highly appreciated. Kindly subscribe to this channel, One Forum News. Thank you.